Hey everybody, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley, and I'm here to give you my monthly income report for January 2022. And I know typically in KDP that January isn't a great month for a lot of people, and that may be true, but it's a pretty good month for me because of what I sell. A lot of the stuff that sells for me in the January timeframe is calendars, planners, 365-day prompt type books. So they start at the beginning of the year and go to the end of the year. So those sort of things do sell really well in January and into February. And then actually a lot of them do sell throughout the year because some people aren't necessarily concerned with a 365-day prompt book. They're okay, starting somewhere half between and maybe doing 2 a day or something like that. But I wanted to share my income report with you and give you guys some tips and tricks and just kind of let you know. So if you like that sort of thing, hearing about KDP income reports, hearing about how to do KDP and tips, please subscribe and like my channel, and I will be happy to share my knowledge with you because that's kind of my number one goal, is to help you guys. So I was thinking about what I wanted to do this year with YouTube, and I know I'm really busy, so my number one focus this year for YouTube is not necessarily making my platform huge or anything like that. It's really just to help people, people like you who are learning and you want to get to these sorts of incomes. All right, so let me go to that. All right, so here is my income for January 2022. The royalties I made were $6,548.21. And this is the actual royalties, though I do have advertising costs, and I'm going to show you that next. But you can see through this that at the beginning of the month in January, I did really well because, like I said, a lot of the books that were selling well in this month were kind of like 365-day things, and they do sell throughout the year, but they're going to sell at the beginning of the year just more because that's when people start this sort of thing. And so, but you can see that after the kind of initial spike, I had kind of consistent sales along through the rest of the month. So let me show you my advertising costs. And my advertising costs were $786.15 for a total profit of $5,762.06. Okay, you can see here on my advertising, this is actually $700 is a lot for me in January. I usually probably 300, 400, maybe 500, but these ads were doing so well. You can see my A cost is 13%, and my break-even A cost, which you should always know what your break-even A cost is, so you know if you're making money, is around. It depends upon the book, but it is somewhere between 28 and 34%, and 13% is well under that. So I let a lot of my ads continue to run and spend because they were converting to sales. And I just figure if it's converting to a sale and I'm making money, then you should definitely let the ads run. Now, we've started into February. I've actually tapered off a lot of my ads because they aren't doing as well. And that's something you should do. You should always be monitoring your ads and your ad spend to see if it makes sense. And so I've been kind of tapering off that. I'm probably going to cut off most of those ads because these books, yeah, they do sell year round, but at this point in time, just my A cost isn't going to make as much sense, so I probably will slow a lot of those down. So let's get into some of my tips and things, because I don't share my income and my income reports to make you feel bad, or if you've done this for, a few months and you're like, oh, I'm never going to make that, because it does take time to learn the process. So I want to give you a few tips. All right, so the biggest encouragement I can give to you newbies, that hopefully you'll see this as something to motivate you and look forward to, because if I can do this, I promise you can do it. I don't work on this full time. I would love to, but I have 4 kids and I spend a lot of time doing all sorts of things. I have another job, I run some other businesses, I run this YouTube channel. I've got like a lot going on. And so whereas I love to spend time on KDP, I don't get to spend probably as much time as I would wish to. And honestly, I think if I spent full time 8 hours a day, I'd probably get a little burnt out. So for me, it's kind of good to move around a little bit so that I don't get too burnt out. But I think my biggest tip for newbies is that you should just start. Okay, it's not something that you definitely watch some YouTube videos, definitely look at the terms of service for Amazon, avoid trademarks, learn how to use TESS, which is the US trademark checker, and then there's one in the UK too. You can Google them, just trademark checker US, trademark checker in the UK. Like, it's really easy to find. And just make sure, if you're from the US, you probably know, if you've heard of it, like a brand name, Marvel, Disney, all the brands you've heard of, if you know it, you probably shouldn't do anything with it. Like Minecraft, I see a lot of cartoon characters that people try and make coloring books. No, just avoid all that stuff. Other people may be doing it, and maybe they have a license to do it, or if they don't have a license, they'll eventually get in trouble. So just avoid all that. But other than kind of just reading the terms of service and like the basics, start off with making something for yourself. Create a notebook just for yourself. And then that way, you're going to be proud of it. You're going to say, oh, it's something I want, something I really think is, pretty or useful, or whatever you want to make that product for. Just try and make something for yourself first, and maybe the first one or two, so that you're happy with it. So you can learn the process, you can start, you can jump in, and you can, order the product if you want, so you can have it for yourself and your own use and see what KDP books are like. But it's so low pressure that way. Don't think that your first book, you have to have it perfect, because your first book is probably not going to be your best book, okay? And that's a good thing, right? We want to learn and grow and expand and increase our skills. We want to get better as we go along, not worse. So it's okay that your first book is not great, but don't have that pressure upon yourself that it needs to be perfect, okay? Just get something out into the world, learn by doing, and just kind of jump in there. And then as you learn and grow your skills, learn what you like, what you don't like, what you can change, what you can do to make your products better, how you can be more specific, how you can look at a problem and then define what you can do to help someone solve that problem. Because that's really where niche research and stuff like that is. It's somebody has something they want to solve a problem, or they have to buy a gift for somebody who loves teddy bears, or they like some sort of specific card game of like generalized card games like chess. Well, that's not a card game, but something that they like specifically, and they're trying to solve a problem for themselves. So really kind of figure out what you like and learn as you go. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Try and learn and do, and make that process iterative. So continue to increase your skills and get better. And with time, you can definitely get to these numbers per month. You can do better than this. You just have to kind of take it slow, learn, do, okay? Just don't try and learn everything at once, but try and learn a little bit each time you create something, learn something new each time, and that way you're just going to get better and better. All right, well, I hope this was really motivating and inspiring to you. I like seeing these KDP income reports because it kind of helps me to know that I don't have to put myself in my own box, that I can create a totally new box for myself. I can make my goals bigger and better, or even if just they're slightly bigger, that's okay. You don't have to limit yourself. Just figure out what you want to do, what you like to do, and go do that. All right, so I will see you in my next video.